Right, so welcome to the Solace Boys podcast. I am Jack, aka Erupt, and with me today I've got Perks and Thunders. Say hello.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Today we're going to be talking about some issues going on in the community, more specifically with Fortnite. But first, we're going to go over to the Twitter questions. We asked you to send us some Twitter questions to answer on the podcast, and we're going to be starting off with. Right, so our first question comes from Mandito, and he says, what are your long-term goals for your organization? So we want to establish our place in the community as a non-toxic organization, and at the same time, we want to push out like content and montages and even possibly some merch in the future. And I think that's about it. Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Right, Thunders, your question maybe?
No.
Perks, oh, shit. So Perks, your question.
All right, so here we have a question from Paloki, one of our viewers. He says, why is Souls Casual so good at sniping? Well, he's not. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually good. That's good.
That's it?
I don't know. He's insane.
Thank you, Parks.
All right. So go ahead with your question.
All right. Thank you, Perks, by the way. So my question is from @JustKs on Twitter, and he said, does Solace have another set of players for other games or just CODs? And he said, by other games, I mean like Fortnite, Overwatch, and etc. It's a good question, Case. We actually do. We have a Fortnite side established. We're getting into the Rocket League scene too. Starting to pick up some Valorant players as well. Trying to really build up the organization to other stuff than just COD. But a lot of people know us as the COD team, but we're really trying to build more than that. And with that kind of segues us into the Fortnite aspect and what we wanted to talk about. And I'll pass that back to Erupt to talk about that because this is an interesting one.
Yeah, so the other day we had an update from Epic Games where they added a new type of payment to Fortnite, and basically what this did is it reduced how much the player had to pay for V-Bucks, but at the same time it made all payments directly go to Epic, which it went against the terms of services of Apple and Google and that kind of stuff. So they both removed it off of their like respective game services stuff. And now Epic Games are threatening to start a lawsuit, or maybe have started a lawsuit on Apple and Google. What do you think of this?
Honestly, it's super confusing for me. I don't really understand it. I'm not gonna lie. I did see a preview or some kind of short film.
Yeah, that's for the new season, isn't it?
I feel
Just
like this whole thing's like a scheme, like a whole, like just like something, just get something started up for like their new season.
What, to like raise hype?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, but surely it makes their two like biggest like partners in terms of the gaming like community, especially in terms of mobile community. Like that puts a bad light on them. So surely there has to be some truth behind it.
Yeah, some kind of joke or thing that's going on that we're not expecting. But in all honesty, we're expecting something. We just don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think the long-term effects of this are going to be? Because you've got those mobile players that like in teams and stuff, and at the moment they're not. They can't play at all.
I'm hoping it's nothing serious because I know there's a lot of people who like, especially if you're trick shotting just for fun, there's a lot of people who like to play level 10s and under.
Yeah.
For trick shotting on bots and stuff like that. So that affects them for right now. If they didn't have it downloaded and stuff, I don't really know if it corrupted the app or something when they deleted it from the store, but I know it's messing up some of them up a little bit at least.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and so with like there's like a lot of mobile Fortnite streamers, like a lot of like Fortnite streamers that like are like super like they go pro in like mobile.
Yeah.
They can't anymore, and that really affects them for like their streams and stuff because some streamers are known as like the Fortnite mobile like god, I guess,
Mm.
and like, it affects them because they can't play it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta think it's also their source of income to some of them. You know, like you got like Ninja and Shroud and stuff. When they play games, they make money off of their streams. And if you've dropped out of like your job or school or something to pursue a mobile career in Fortnite because you're like really talented, if usually you're getting all of this like all these donations and subs on Twitch or views on YouTube, then that's how you're getting your money. And if you're not able to play and reduce like give out that content that people have subscribed for, that you're not gonna make even like half the amount of money.
Yeah. I agree to that. It's kind of sad though. Hopefully there's something, there actually is something planned between them and something even better planned, honestly, because it's kind of unfair to these players, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's not the first time there's like been lawsuits involved with Epic. There was that whole stuff when the dance competition that they released came out, and loads of people
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to sue them, but it never really went anywhere. This is like the furthest we've ever gone to like an actual lawsuit.
Yeah, for real.
It's just a shame.
Does Fortnite usually tweet when they are filing a lawsuit against someone?
See, that's what I thought. Because surely, if you're following a lawsuit, you're gonna keep it behind closed doors until it's
Yeah, because they
happened.
they publicly tweeted that they were filing a lawsuit against Apple. So that's what I feel like this is like all just a scheme to just announcing their new season, like a hyped up for
Yeah.
their new.
Well, it was the same with Google, wasn't it? Because they tweeted about Apple. They made this big thing about having legal action, and then randomly the next day they've got this another tweet basically saying the same thing about Google.
Really
They
weird.
release a trailer for their 1980s,
Yeah,
like for their new season. So I don't know. I think this is all just. I think it started like if you put the puzzle, if you put the never mind.
I know what you were trying to say. Puzzle pieces together, you'll figure out what it actually means.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, do you think any other phone companies will back out? Because you've got
No.
like Huawei and that like Sony phones, all
I
the
feel like
Galaxy stuff.
I feel like Google and Apple are the big companies. So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean it'd be interesting if any of the consoles, like their companies, decided to just drop out randomly.
It really
Like,
would be, actually.
could you just imagine that if like Sony decided that they're not gonna let you buy it on the PlayStation Store?
Yeah, I would lose a lot of money from that.
It would.
Yeah, it's mad because it never really happens with games. Like we never really see Call of Duty where one company's gone behind the other back in terms of a deal, and they've got a lawsuit. It's like the first time, at least in our lifetimes, that we've seen something like this in the gaming community.
Right.
Yeah, Fortnite usually doesn't get full on permission to use half the things that they have in games.
Yeah,
Like their dances, they still sometimes they can like take dances without using like permission or stuff. And then like Fortnite could like people could file lawsuits for them, and I guess Fortnite can just get the best lawyers and just knock them right out.
well, yeah, you just argue that it's not exact because they don't, unless they've got a contract, they don't use the same music, do they? So
No, I don't think so. But using the dance could also be used as copyright.
true. That isn't that why they changed up like some of them, so it's like a move will come before another, just so that you could argue it's transformative. It's not the exact same.
Yeah. I know that they've used like the whoa or like some TikTok dance, like some like cringy TikTok dances in the game,
Yeah.
and
I don't know what you're talking about. That was kind of cool.
That
Yeah.
was,
someone's gonna get mad and file.
yeah, people will see this and they'll be like, now's my opportunity to make some money. I'm gonna pursue like a lawsuit hit them whilst they're down, isn't it?
Exactly.
But yeah, right. So should we move on to our next segment?
Yeah, let's
Right.
get into
So
it.
here's our trivia segment that is going to be hosted by Thunders, and he's going to be asking me and Perks 5 questions. Is it?
Yep, 5 questions each. And if you both tie after this, I'll explain the rules in a second. There'll be a tiebreaker question. But how this is going to work is I'll ask you guys both 5 questions. The same questions. You'll both answer for what you guys think the answer is. Each correct answer gets a point. And, obviously, every incorrect answer, you don't get a point for that. And the person with the least points has to tweet out whatever I say for this week. There's a new punishment every single week for the trivia section. So let's just jump right into it. All right, everybody. Let's start off with question 1. Question 1 is, how many Call of Duties has ever been created? A, 12, B, 14, C, 16, or D, 18? And I'll give you a second to think about it, and then I'll go over to you, Erupt, for you to give me your answer.
I'm going to have to say C.
Okay. You were going with C16.
Yeah.
Perks, what are you going to go with?
I have to go with 14, which is
You're going to have to go with B14. Okay. All right. The correct answer is C,
Hey.
16. There's been 16 CODs ever created, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd expect
Yeah.
there to be more.
Yeah, honestly. It feels
Wait,
like
you
there's been a ton.
answers to all these though.
I don't.
What do you mean?
Only
Doesn't-
Thunders knows them.
Doesn't Rob know the answers to all of the?
Nope.
I haven't heard any of these.
All right, guys. Question 2. How many playable characters does Riot Games Valorant feature? A, A, 11, B, 12, C, 15, or D, 16? I'll give you a second. The time is ticking. Okay, Erupt, what do you think?
See, I'm stuck between 12 or 16 because I know it's definitely even. I'm gonna go 12.
Okay, you're gonna go with B, 12.
Yeah.
Perks, what are you gonna go with?
What was A?
A was 11,
What was C?
15.
I'm gonna go with C.
Perks will go with C, 15. The correct answer is A, 11. There's actually 11 characters in Valorant.
Valorant. So
Wait,
that was
so is it like like when you start Siege, there's two different there's different operators for different teams?
I haven't played it myself.
Oh, fair enough.
I looked it up myself, and that's what it said.
rad. We move on already. But suck. I don't even know if there will ever be. And I don't even play Valorant. What's the next question going to be? How many skins are in Fortnite?
Close, but it is a Fortnite question. Let's go right into it, though. Number 3, Fortnite was released on July 27th of 2017. But in what year was Fortnite first announced?
Oh,
Not Save the World, not when it was released. When was it first announced? What year? Let's get into it. A, 2011. B, 2013. C, 2015. Or D, 2016.
See, this threw me off because I thought it was 2012 and that's not even an option.
Okay, let's start off with Perks this time. Perks, what do you think?
what was A?
A was 2011,
What was B?
2013.
What was C?
Come on, 2015.
Alright.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with 2013.
All right, you'll go with B, 2013. Erupt, what do you think?
My gut's telling me just to go back as far as possible, so I'm gonna say 2011.
Erupt will go with 2011, A. And the correct answer is A, 2011. You were right, Erupt.
See, gut
All right.
instinct.
So,
Even
Erupt's up 2-0 right now.
This seems so rigged.
enough questions for me to. More, is there even enough?
Yeah.
Yes, if Erupt gets both of them wrong, you guys can tie.
Okay.
Well, let's see what happens. And you definitely could get this next one, so let's go into it. Question number 4. Solace Cams 1 dropped in July 2018, featuring 3 parts. Approximately how long was this video? A, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. B,
Oh, I know
3 minutes and 45 seconds. C, 4 minutes. Or D, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Go ahead. We're going to start with you, Perks.
Hold on, I'm gonna go with. Wait, what was it?
What was what?
A.
A was 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Trying to do the math here, right? Okay,
Man, I
I
haven't even watched our own cams.
really don't want to say it's 4 minutes, right? But I don't know. I feel like it was B.
You're going to go with B? 3 minutes 45?
What was B?
Oh, B was 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Nah, no, it's not that even. What's C?
C was 4 minutes.
4 minutes, just 4 minutes?
I'll reiterate the question. Approximately how long was this video?
So that's like if it was 4:01 or 3:59, you'd round it to 4.
45. 45.
What do you think it is?
3 minutes and 45 seconds.
You're going to go with B.
Yeah.
Okay. Erupt, what do you go with?
I have no idea.
You probably look.
No, I'm genuinely not. I don't know. Just because Perks said B, I'm gonna go with B just to.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Alright, okay, I'll go C. Just.
All right. You'll be very disappointed with this, Perks, but it was C. 4
No
minutes.
fucking way.
Yup. I'm sorry, Perks. And there's no reason to even say question 5 because Erupt's already won.
And from now on, when we cast the podcast, it's just me and Ethan.
Yep. All right, Perks. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do this punishment.
He's not even in the room anymore.
He's not even here. I can't
He
even
left,
see him
he
on
just
my
left.
on my phone.
Wait, what? How the fuck did you do that?
What?
He walked out that door and then came back in from the corner.
I better put. Yo.
Some like tunnel in your room. What the fuck?
Let me know you're back, Perks.
I'm back.
Okay. You ready?
Better put that in the video.
Yeah, well.
Alright.
Unfortunately, Perks, you lose. And now you must suffer the consequences. All right, Perks, unfortunately, you must suffer the consequences and tweet out these words. Erupt is my dad, and he is better at trivia than I am.
It's very truthful.
Unfortunately, that's what you have to say.
Alright.
All right. Thank you for tweeting that, Perks. That we really appreciate that over here at Trivia Solace. All right. Well, before this gets too cringe, let's transition into our next part, the story time thing. And this week we're gonna have the wonderful Perks tell how he joined Solace.
Alright. So it's actually a funny story, right? So I was in this team and it was called Faith Arise, right? I was an overall for them. And it was a pretty good team. I was actually good friends with this the owner whose name's Prophet, and there was actually another member in there as a trick shotter. His name is Solace. Solace was a trick shotter for Solace and for Faith, and so if you guys actually look back on the Solace channel, it'll be maybe like the 4th upload. I think it's like introducing Solace. It's like a Modern Warfare 2 montage. So basically, I was in Faith, and I was just looking for a team to maybe like manage and just manage. So I checked out Solace, and I checked them out from Sync. So I started messaging Sync, and I said, "Who are the leads of Solace I'm looking to join?" And Thunders and Cloudsy, which is colors.
Who is now Colors? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I messaged Cloudsy and he told me to message Thunders. So then I started talking to Thunders a little bit. And then Thunders was giving me a hard time. He wouldn't let me Hey, right. I wasn't giving him the best responses. I was actually looking to join as a designer and a manager. And so I started talking to Thunders more and he gave me a shot. So then that's how I joined Solace. And then basically throughout the months of being in Solace, I actually got promoted to an overall. And then I started doing a lot more work for Solace, and now I'm an owner. And that was like a year and a half ago now. I joined March 10th,
It's been a while.
March 10th, 2018.
How long has Solace been a thing? Like,
Since 2017.
Yeah.
Like July 2017.
so literally 3 years last month.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Pretty much.
mad.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
years.
Like most orgs on like Twitter and stuff like if they don't go big in the first like year, they're like, nah, can't bother anymore.
But Thunders has been consistent for 3 years on keeping the team alive. And he's been pretty.
I really have.
Like,
Thank
round
you.
of applause to Thunders.
Just me? Okay. All right.
Like just pat the back.
All right.
Right, so
I think
that's gonna be probably ending out this first podcast. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing something at the end of every podcast, which we kind of tied into the beginning of this podcast, where at the end of one we're gonna be asking you a question or asking you to send us in a question that in the next, like at the start of the next podcast, we'll answer. So this week we want you to use the hashtag Solace Podcast and tweet out a question for us to answer at the beginning of the next one. And I think that's all we got to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
on behalf of all of us, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out,
See you
guys.
later, guys.